Let's talk about the game of the week. Cleveland Browns versus the Tennessee Titans. Shedeur Sanders was out there looking like he was the number one pick in the draft. That boy was throwing touchdowns after touchdowns after touchdowns after touchdowns in the snow. The week before that, he beat my Las Vegas Raiders. Today, he goes and beats the Tennessee Titans. He has got as many wins as Cam Ward does, and he was a week one starter. That boy led the Cleveland Browns back, and it came down to a 2-point conversion. And Kevin Zawinski, how you pronounce his name, he takes Shedeur Sanders out of the game. And he calls this play, man, roll the tape. What the hell was that? What in the hell was that? At what point do we start to investigate Kevin Zawinski, however you pronounce his name, the Cleveland Brown head coach? When do you start to investigate him? Because let's just call it what it is. That boy does not want to see Shedeur Sanders succeed. He is Shedeur Sanders' biggest hater. Every time Shedeur Sanders takes the Cleveland Browns down the field, he takes them out. He pulls Shedeur Sanders every time. The week before that, Shedeur brought him down the field, and they ran Wildcat. Now, for the most part, it worked a couple times. But come on, man. Come on, man. That guy does not want to see Shedeur Sanders succeed. Well, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders here for a minute. I remember watching Shedeur play for his dad in Colorado, man. And as a Las Vegas Raider fan, I remember the Raiders being terrible and at the end, just winning games, winning pointless games. And I was just yelling at my TV, why win? You're going to lose the chance to draft Shedeur Sanders. He's going to get picked before. He's going to get picked in the first round. He's going to get picked in the top 10, the top 5, hell, the top 3, I thought. So what happens? NFL draft comes. Cam Ward goes number 1. We all knew that was going to go down. And then it came down to the Las Vegas Raider pick. And even at that, I was still hoping they were going to call Shedeur Sanders at that pick. But they go with Ashton Genty, and I thought it was a good pick. I still think it's a good pick. But then I turned to my TV, and Shedeur Sanders is still on the board into the second round. It's day 2. Shedeur Sanders is not picked. I'm losing my head. I'm losing my brain. I'm starting to think, oh my God, they're going to blackmail Shedeur Sanders. The owners all got together and said, we're going to blackball this guy because his dad is Dion, and they blackmailed him. So round 2 comes. I'm yelling at the TV. Raiders drafting round 2. What do you got to lose? Round 2. Round 3 comes. Shedeur Sanders is still on the board. Round 4. Round 5. Round 5. Shedeur Sanders was a round 5 draft pick. Absolutely mind-blowing. The league blackmailed this guy. So what happens? He gets drafted by the Cleveland Browns. I think at the start of the year, he was like, I don't know, the 4th or 5th string guy. I don't know. He wasn't getting no reps with the first team. The head coach of the Browns wanted nothing to do with him. And then what happens then? You trade Joe Flacco away And then Dylan Gabriel gets hurt. So now he has no choice but to play this dude, right? No choice. His hands are tied. Shedeur comes in and he leads that team down the field. And he can't stand that. The head coach of the Browns can't stand that. So what does he do? What do you do to sabotage a quarterback that's leading your team down the field? Well, let's pull him out. Let's pull him out near the goal line. So it doesn't look good on the stat sheet, right? Then he absolutely balls, man. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. And you take him out on the 2-point conversion to run that play. If I'm Shedeur Sanders, there's only 4 games left. And I believe he's been named the starter for the remainder of the season. I'm not sure about that. I have to double check that. But I seen somewhere a report saying that he is going to remain the starter for the rest of the season. So now, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, this is your time to shine, kid. They didn't want you in this league. They didn't want you in this league. They didn't. Every NFL team blocked you, besides the Browns. They all passed up on you 5 times in a row. So this is what you got to do. You got to ball out the next 4 games. And I'm saying you got to win all 4. But if I'm Shedeur, if I win 3 out of the 4 next weeks of games, if I win 3 out of 4, and my head coach is still pulling me out of the game, I request a release. You got to get yourself out of there. Because somebody will give Shedeur Sanders a chance. He's already 2-0 as a starter. He's 2-0. He wins 3 more games, I guarantee you. You request to be released, and one of these NFL teams are going to pick him up and give him a chance. Because that guy in Cleveland, that head coach over there, does not want to see that boy succeed. Let's call it what it is. He is Shedeur Sanders' biggest hater. That's my take on the Cleveland Browns and Shedeur Sanders. Big fan of him. Hope he does well. Again, guys, my name is Grim. Everyone calls me the Reaper. Don't forget to hit that follow button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.